I'm currently at Trafalgar Square, which is the geographical centre point of London. Today I'm attempting to walk to every major London landmark, all before sunset. It's currently 8 AM, so I should probably get on with it.
The rules of this challenge are pretty simple. I'm only allowed to walk, I can't use any transport at all. I have to take a photo at every landmark, and I must purchase at least 5 London-related items.
Hello, I'm by myself too. Cool.
Trafalgar Square opened in 1844 to commemorate the British victory in the Napoleonic Wars. Despite literally just starting this challenge, I forgot to take a photo, so I guess I'll loop back here later.
Also, I am recording the entire walk over on Strava as well, so at the end I'll let you know how long it took and how many steps I did.
Landmark number 2 was only 10 minutes down the road.
Alright, wave bye to Nelson, guys. Nelson!
Things were looking very patriotic, and I soon arrived at Piccadilly Circus.
Okay, we have made it to Piccadilly Circus. You can tell because, well, that's Piccadilly Circus. You see the cute little fountain fella?
Advertisers are paying at least £250,000 per week to promote their products at London's most famous junction.
Need me photo. And now we head on. Where are we heading on? Dunno, I'll check the list. Oh, it's a big one. Buckingham Palace, let's go. I'm heading the wrong way.
The walk to this landmark was very straightforward.
Buckingham Palace, basically about a mile down here, so shouldn't take too long.
And it took me via somewhere called Green Park.
I wonder why they call it that.
In medieval times, this was swampland where they'd bury lepers. But these days, it's a pretty little park neighbouring royal residence.
I have no idea if I'm in frame right now. I'm even allowed to be walking on this green bit. I'm not going to get like beheaded, am I? I think I'll move back to the path. Right, down there is looking quite Buckingham Palacey to me. I think we're here.
I was filming some pigeons when this badass turned up.
Whoa! Oh, what a shot that was. He came out of nowhere, what a show off. Anyway, yeah, I can officially see. Is that Buckingham Palace? Gotta be, right? Yeah.
I had made it to my third major landmark. Official home of the British monarch since 1837, Buckingham Palace was originally built for the Duke of Buckingham in 1703. But the ground it stands on can be traced all the way back to William the Conqueror.
So if the king is home, there would be a flag called the Royal Standard flying above, but there isn't, there's just the Union flag. So he's not in, basically. He must be putting the bins out or something.
I decided to head as close as my peasant status would allow.
Okay, I need to get my little picture and then I can leave. All right, peek through the gates. What's he up to? Do you think he'll wave? No. Oh, he's on the move.
The King's Guard are responsible for, well, guarding the king by standing outside of the palace and making sure nothing's kicking off.
Just nice to stretch your legs, isn't it?
Anyway, I grabbed my palace picture.
Oh, look at the unicorn!
Got my first glimpse of something we'll be heading to later, and then set off to landmark number 4.
Alright, next location is Harrods, the luxury department store, via Hyde Park. Now, Harrods isn't actually open yet. It opens in 45 minutes, so we'll challenge ourselves to get a nice breakfast in Hyde Park somewhere.
The journey to Hyde Park was lovely and straightforward.
We made it.
This park is one of London's most famous royal parks. It was established in 1536 by Henry VIII after he nabbed it from some monks to use as a hunting ground. But these days the park is made up of very pretty gardens and famous for its free speech demonstrations at Speaker's Corner. But I personally am here for breakfast. I went with a breakfast bap by the Serpentine Lake and was joined by a few uninvited guests.
Tasty breakfast bap, thank you very much. So now 11 minutes from Harrods. It's been open for about 20 minutes, so let's go have a look about.
There was some interesting architecture en route, and it wasn't long till I spotted Harrods.
Okay, I've not been in Harrods since I was about 10 years old. I'm quite excited about it.
There was a few other luxury shops on this street with ridiculously expensive items.
Let's get the picture before I forget. Beautiful. That's a lovely one. I'll get that frame. How do I get in? Where's the entrance? This looks promising, here we go.
Harrods spans 1.1 million square feet and receives 15 million visitors annually. The store features a lot of ancient Egyptian style theming due to its previous association with the Al Fayed family. Harrods is absolutely full of many different designer brands. There's even a random art gallery for some reason.
There's no prices marked on anything. That's how you know it's really posh.
Yep, first thing I saw with a price label on it was, of course, a giant stuffed giraffe for £4,500. Decades ago, Harrods actually sold real exotic animals, including monkeys, crocodiles, and they even gave an Indian elephant to Ronald Reagan.
Right, let's see what essentials there are.
Ah yes, a £2,500 dressing gown. As I kept exploring, the items got even more expensive.
They could at least pay for shipping.
And eventually, I just wanted to get out of there.
I'm actually lost. I just want to leave now, but I don't know how.
Thankfully, I found my way out, and it was time for our journey to continue.
We're free. We did it. All right, we've got our longest trip to the next destination so far, 40 minutes, 1.5 miles. But after that, it shouldn't be too bad because everything is kind of close. Harrods was the only thing that was like all the way over in the west.
I was now on my way to Westminster Abbey. There's lots of very nice architecture on the way. London just looks very much like London. And soon, because I'd planned this route in efficiently, I was back at Buckingham Palace.
I am back at Buckingham Palace. It is so much busier than it was this time an hour ago. There are people everywhere. Whoa. Look at everybody. Oh, however, we do get a little teaser of what's to come. So if you look down there, obviously we've got London Eye, but then this little fella, that's the top of the Shard. And that's where we're ending our journey, if we make it. We have to see every other landmark first.
That's right, we're ending this video at the top of the tallest building in the UK. I'm very excited about it.
Okay, I'm about half a mile from Westminster, but I can hear a little bit of music. Should we check it out? We could check it out.
I'd stumbled upon some VE Day celebrations and the singer sounded lovely. There was also a giant corgi, so there you go.
Well, that was nice, wasn't it?
I was now very close to Westminster Abbey. I saw all of the Commonwealth flags, a wall that I really wanted to push, and then I was there. This grand church has been home to British coronations since 1066.
Many people buried here over the years. Elizabeth I, Mary Queen of Scots, Charles Darwin, Isaac Newton, to name but a few. Well, there's someone walking about with the Seychelles flag. Shall I go chase him? No, I should get my photo with Westminster Abbey first. Bless you. This is going to be another really nice one. Wow, how lovely. Get the double chin in every time. Oh, there's a little shop. Well, we may as well. We can have a look.
Now remember, the rules of this challenge state I need to end the day with 5 London items. And I had just stumbled upon the perfect first one. A golden anointing spoon. Whatever that is.
Hello. Just the anointing spoon, please.
Of course. You enjoy?
Excellent, thank you. See you later. All right, your boy's got his anointing spoon. That's one of 5 items. Very nice. So, where am I going now? Oh yeah, we're going Big Ben, which is right there. So, probably won't need the map.
Just a quick moment to appreciate how epic this building looks. Anyway, on to Big Ben.
We've visually made it to Big Ben, which you can see there. Oh wait, there he is. So let me get my photo. These photos are incredible. So everyone's Big Ben trivia is pretty much the same, and that is the fact that it's not actually called Big Ben. Big Ben's the name of the bell inside, and it's actually the Elizabeth Tower. This is the Elizabeth Tower. Big Ben's in there. You probably knew that one already. It does look pretty cool from this side, to be fair. All right, we are heading on to Westminster Bridge.
It's a busy day in London, but Westminster Bridge in the past has been an iconic filming location for things like James Bond, Doctor Who, and 28 Days Later. It's also the best place to get a shot of our next landmark, the Houses of Parliament.
Quick pic with Houses of Parliament. Great, hair looks great.
This is where the UK government make up all their rules. In the last 500 years, it's burnt down at least twice, and during World War II, it was bombed on 14 different occasions.
And, that's where we're going next. Wait, yeah. As I said, everything's quite close together from this point onwards. We've kind of done the faraway stuff.
I crossed the remainder of the bridge and made my way down to South Bank, which sits alongside the River Thames.
So we're approaching the London Eye, but I've also stumbled upon something arguably more special. This one wasn't on the list, but I think we should go for it.
Now, it was £32 for the actual adventure, but I could go in the gift shop for free.
They're not in Shrek.
And even a photo opportunity in front of Shrek's toilet, or so I thought.
Hello, can I pay the £6 to get a photo in front of the booth, please? Oh, you actually just scan something?
Yeah, it's just like a thingy.
Ah, right, okay. Would someone mind taking the photo for me, though?
It's a photo booth.
Oh, I understand. Thank you.
I actually did not understand at all.
What is going on?
I thought this was a photo opportunity where you would stand outside of the toilet holding the door open, you know, like Shrek famously does in the start of the film.
I don't know what is happening.
But this was actually one of those photo booths where you sit inside and it takes a photo for you.
Look up the camera.
This was probably really obvious to everybody other than me, and I wish I'd avoided that painfully awkward conversation. I retrieved my photos from the toilet as a slightly broken man.
Wow. Hello.
Better out than in, I always say.
Just me alone on Shrek's toilet. I mean, I could just be sat on a large wooden bench. But that's 2 of 5 London items. I've got my appointing spoon and I've got my toilet photo shoot Shrek thing.
Moving on, I had now arrived at the London Eye.
Oh, it's the London Eye.
Originally built as a temporary attraction to celebrate the millennium, everyone loved it so much they decided we'll just leave it here.
All right, big fellas behind me. Let's get our photo. Another cracker. Really lovely image, that one.
I continued downriver and then had a terrible idea.
All right, I'm gonna do heads or tails, and if it lands on heads, I'll get on the carousel. Let's see. Oh no.
Don't know why I did this, but £4 later, I was selecting my horse.
Lydia? Yeah. All right, here we go. Big day. The whole thing did shake when I stood on it. People are staring at me.
It felt like several minutes that I was waiting for the actual ride to start. But eventually it did.
Oh, I think we're starting off. Here we go.
And then it soon felt like several more minutes that I was just going round and round by myself as a 28-year-old.
I wish I'd sat on the inside one.
Seriously, it was a really long time. I mean, I completely just zoned out at one point waiting for it to be over.
I think we're slowing down. It's been great though, but I think I think it's about to stop. Thank you. Okay, where are we going now?
Next landmark was Shakespeare's Globe, but as I was enjoying the cultural vibrancy of South Bank, I could not resist a quick cocktail at the rooftop gardens.
Okay, it's currently 12:30. I have visited 9 landmarks out of, I think, 17. So I'm making not bad progress. Next up is the Globe Theatre, but I'm just having a quick breather. And that is about 0.8 of a mile away. Cov, you're my mouth.
After my refreshments, I stumbled upon South Bank Book Market and then spotted another future landmark.
Hey guys, just got my first glimpse of St. Paul's Cathedral. But we're not going there yet, so I'm not even going to show you it.
I'm just kidding, there it is, can't wait for a closer look later. Now I was heading to Shakespeare's Globe, but then I saw an offer I could not resist.
Free and open. Should we go for it? Yeah.
The Tate Modern is one of the largest modern art galleries in the world, and there's plenty of interesting stuff in here, but I knew if I really had a good rummage about, I could find something really weird, which is when I found this room full of rocks with bits of fruit on them, and then you go forward a little bit more, and there's even more rocks with bits of fruit on them.
That's enough for me.
Shakespeare's Globe was just around the corner.
We made it. We finally made it.
The actual Globe Theatre was destroyed in a fire in 1613, but this is a reconstruction built in 1997 based on original designs.
Quick. Lovely, great stuff.
It was now time to walk over Millennium Bridge. This was rebuilt in 2009 after it was destroyed by Death Eaters. There was a pretty good view of our next landmark, St. Paul's Cathedral, but this was also a nice opportunity to see what else we'll be discovering further down the river. I'd been walking for about 5 hours and had just surpassed 20 total kilometers, but we were now at St. Paul's Cathedral.
All right, let's get our photo. Really nice. Beautiful.
This was London's tallest building until just 1967, and it's also the reason why most London skyscrapers are weird shapes, because the council have a bunch of rules about not blocking the view of St. Paul's. My next landmark was London Monument, which was coincidentally opening the same time I was due to arrive.
Maybe I could be the first person to climb the Great Fire of London Monument today.
So I headed there with great haste, and as I turned the corner, the monument was revealed. It was, however, still closed.
There's the big fella, so we'll get our photo while we're waiting for it to open. All right, smile everyone. That's nice. Right, so I guess I'll just camp the outside so I can be first up.
I found a seat nearby to sit on while I waited for things to open. I sat with great anticipation, and I started getting angsty as I thought other people were going to steal my place as first in the queue.
Yeah, on your way.
But then the time kept passing and Monument did not open. I waited minutes and minutes, feeling more and more stressed out. So I double-checked on the website and was met with some horrific news.
I'm absolutely devastated. Well, Next one then.
Now, as I really wanted to climb to the top, let's temporarily fast forward as I returned the next day when it was open. I paid the £6 entry and started my journey up the 311 steps.
My heart is beating already. This is how far we've been.
Monument was built in 1677 to commemorate the Great Fire of London of 1666. It stands near Pudding Lane where the fire first started and was supposed to celebrate the rebuilding of the city. It took me about 4 minutes to get to the top, and it's a nice view, and for just £6, I think it's a cute little experience.
I tried to get the bridge.
Thank you.
There isn't a lot of room on the stairs or at the top, but you should expect that in advance. You also get a cute little certificate when you leave. Anyway, back to yesterday.
Let's get ourselves to the Gerkin.
On the way to the Gerkin, I spotted a market which I'd loop back to for some lunch.
I'm quite hyped about the Gerkin because I've seen it from a distance many times, but I've never gone close to it.
The Gerkin is a peculiar shaped building in London's financial district.
All right, you want to see the big fella? There he is. Big Daddy.
Here's a better shot of the big fella as you couldn't really see anything. Anyway, let's get our photo.
There we go, that's a great one. Really nice.
Gerkin is also just a nickname. It's actually called 30 St. Mary Axe.
So when they started construction of the Gerkin, they found the remains of a Roman girl. They found her skeleton. So at the bottom of the Gerkin, apparently there's a little grave site. So let's go check that out.
Here is the grave site found at the foot of the building. Unrelated, but I'd now built up quite the appetite, so I went to find something to eat in Leadenhall Market. I went for some Lebanese cuisine, and honestly, it was really tasty. Look at me filming myself eat like a real influencer. The market was also a great opportunity to grab another item.
Thank you. You too, see you later.
So I picked this cute little fish as a present for my girlfriend, Becky.
So currently on my way to Tower of London with a full stomach. I've bought a fish. I've gotten a picture of me by myself with in Shrek's toilet, cool. And then a spoon. So I need 2 more items. It's been a good haul though. And also, that's what we're heading up in just a couple of hours. We'll be all the way up there.
I walked along the river for about 10 minutes with some more landmarks visible in the distance. Then I arrived at the Tower of London, which was very busy. The Tower of London was founded in 1066 as part of the Norman Conquest. Among other things, it was famously used as a prison and place to execute people like Anne Boleyn, Lady Jane Grey, and Guy Fawkes.
Okay, we made it. The sun keeps making me sneeze, but we made it. Let's get our photo. Great stuff. Lovely. Great, lovely. Cool.
The tower is famous for its ravens, but as I wasn't actually going in, I couldn't get close enough to see any.
What's that? It's a pigeon.
But I'm sure I'd find plenty in the gift shop, and I was not disappointed. There were lots of nice raven items, and I managed to pick up a cute little pin badge for my 4th item.
That's great, thank you. You too.
Our penultimate landmark was just round the corner. Welcome to Tower Bridge.
So Tower Bridge is currently red, white and blue, but it used to be brown because that was Queen Victoria's favourite colour. That's really nice. I bet it looks great. I wonder why they changed it. Brown.
Often mistakenly called London Bridge, which is another bridge further up the river, Tower Bridge is a particularly iconic London visual.
We're officially walking over Tower Bridge, which means there's only one landmark left after this. And it's the biggest daddy to ever daddy. But first I need my Tower Bridge picture. Here we go. That's good. I can't see anything. It's so bright. I normally have sunglasses. Honestly, I've not been able to see anything all day.
I had a bit of time before I was booked in at the Shard, so I kind of just chilled for a bit. But soon it was time to finish this challenge.
10 minutes till I get to the Shard. This is the tallest building in the UK by a lot. And I think it's 97th tallest in the world. So it's certainly the tallest building I'll have ever been in.
Unsurprisingly, the building looked absolutely massive from the bottom.
I don't know how to get into it. Where do I go?
I went up the escalator and then back down the escalator, but eventually I found my way in and stopped by the gift shop to purchase my 5th and final item. My ticket for the Shard came with a £5 gift voucher, so I grabbed a shot glass.
You too.
I was taken into a lift which was slightly underwhelming because I was expecting it to be glass so I could see the view as we rose to the top. I guess that's my fault because it wasn't stated anywhere, but soon I made it to floor 68. The view from up here was obviously really impressive.
I am very high up right now.
But I did also have to pay £45 for this view, which is pretty steep. I know it wasn't as high, but it was only £6 to the top of Monument.
It's pretty busy up here, actually. Oh, very busy up here.
I think it was slightly underwhelming here because I was by myself. I did have a complimentary champagne included in my ticket, but it felt like the sort of place where you'd sit with a date or with some friends and you'd have a few drinks together. But by myself, I was a little bit kind of stuck as to what to do. I did really like being able to see everywhere I'd walk to, though. They'd also confiscated my tripod, and it turns out I really could have done with it.
Could be best picture of the day, that one.
What I will say is the toilet was pretty epic.
I think I'll treat myself to a sit down. The 50 quid's officially worth it.
After a successful number 1, I headed back down the lift and took one of my final photos.
Great stuff.
However, to officially complete the challenge, I still needed that missing photo with Trafalgar Square.
Guess where I've arrived to?
Yes, I was back where we started. Hello there, Nelson.
It's been 10 hours. Right, let's get our photo. Wow, I ended on a really nice one there. Can I leave now? Cheers, everyone.
I'd walked a total distance of 31.5 kilometers with 7 hours of moving time and about 41,000 steps. This was really fun. I'd love to do it again. Let me know which landmarks I missed and also which city I should go to next. See you later.